Whatever this is.
So, did we already introduce ourselves? Should we do it again for real? Who's gonna start? Peter.
I'm Peter Chan, and I'm the lead artist.
You drew that painting right there, right?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay.
I'm Larry Ahern, lead animator.
You killed that bird.
And I think that was a Leela scene.
Oh, okay.
She's the animal killer.
I like the mustache trim. I'm Tim Schaefer, co-project leader of this lovely game.
What the heck?
I'm Dave Grossman, other project leader and designer and writer along with Kim of this lovely game.
That should have been our titles, co and other.
Oh, and other. Yeah.
Clint Bajakian, one of the composers.
Peter McConnell, one of the composers.
What the heck?
The game has begun, you guys. Okay, so we saw the lovely, what's the name of that classical music that plays during the opening voice?
Rossini, William Tell Overture. It's the quiet part of the William Tell Overture.
There's two classical pieces that mean morning in cartoons.
Yes, there's that one, and then there's, and the other one is, that's from Kid, where is that from?
I don't remember.
It might be Peer Gynt. That's a good guess.
It's not another place in the Rossini, is it?
No, I think it's Peer Gynt. I think.
But for that opening scene with the music, we actually got the score and sequenced the ink into the MIDI sequencer.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the big panning sequences, like wide pieces of art for the game.
Oh, the room shot? It was a double room.
And I noticed there's a poster with an L from Laverne and Shirley on that poster.
Here's one of our giant animation scenes.
How did you lip sync back then? Because we didn't have any like tool. Nowadays we do lip syncing. Do you just plug it in?
I think we just timed it out like the old-fashioned timey sheet.
Now that was for the cinematics, but for in-game, wasn't it Eric Wilmunder?
I thought it just blah 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 chattered.
I think the in-game was just on-off with audio on-off.
Yeah, there's no actual lip syncing for the majority of the game,
so it's
which
just
is funny since I have gotten many compliments on lip syncing this game over the years.
Because, you know, it loops around and every percentage of the time it's on, right?
Well, because I remember Eric...
Yeah, I think Eric designed some kind of an algorithm for making the lips move to the level of volume.
Yeah.
Right, if there
Of the
pauses,
waveform.
pauses
Of
in
the
the audio,
waveform,
it stops
yeah.
moving the lips.
Yeah.
That's true.
Now these credits, Kyle Balda,
That's
you're
right.
saying entirely on his internship?
Yep.
So wait, did we not pay for these
He,
credits? Did we pay for these?
he got paid.
Oh my god.
I think so, yeah. He took time. This is Peter, the other Peter. We took time out of Cal Arts. He came and spent some time with us, and we gave him this intro as an internship, and he did a fabulous job.
Seems like a funny thing to do, like, hey, you're an intern, you've never done this before. Do you want to do the entire animated intro, the most...
But I remember when he did, you know, when he finished something and shared it with us, we were all blown away by it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
The most iconic signature piece.
Yeah.
Hurry and finish that before you go back
We want
to
to
school.
set the entire
That's right.
tone for the look of our game.
It was excellent.
I would later learn that this was the perfect piece to have Kyle work on because he was colorblind.
I didn't know that.
I saw him working on something else and he had other people picking his colors for it.
Oh, interesting. There was another 3D artist we had there in B building that was colorblind too, and it was one of those things where people are just kind of, have you noticed everything he does? The reds don't make sense or whatever. I couldn't remember what.
Oh, the cow. I always get really happy watching these credits. I like the stretchy cow neck.
That cow should have showed up again later somewhere. Missed opportunity.
What if the cow had come on their journey with them? Everything would have been so different.
Well, here's the story explanation right now for why the cow doesn't come.
Because he's just tired.
Like I've been to the mansion before.
This got loud. Oh wow.
Now this is the first fight I had with Peter McConnell. Do you remember this, Peter?
Yes, I was gonna.
You were gonna mention that?
You were gonna remember it.
Because the opening cutscene was too long, and we always had a problem with too long opening cutscenes. So we were like, let's split it in half and put an interactive sequence. So there's an interactive sequence that's about to start. But I seem to remember it was the wrong time of day for you because it's nighttime. it started in the daytime with the mutation scene, then it became nighttime.
Right.
But then what happened? Then it turned into daytime at the end. That's what bothered you, because the music couldn't make that transition in your mind.
Yeah, well, I think mostly I was crabby because you know we had to the cutscenes and the interactivity required a bunch of programming in IMUs, and I finished it one way, and then you changed it to another, and so I think I came up with some sort of artistic argument that had to do with daylight like that, but
that's an important thing to learn. Running a project did not change things after someone spent hours and hours making something.
well, it was also an important thing to learn not to step way out of your bailiwick and tell the guy who's writing the scene how to write the scene.
Oh, there are bailiwicks all over the place in this game.
It's like, go through the door. Go through the door. It's like, they're here.
I'm not leaving this motel until I find those tentacles. Laverne's covering that territory. Aha! A secret passage. This is all too easy.
You need to stop, my friend. Oh, no. I can't.
Laverne, how'd you get upstairs?
Am I upstairs? I got lost.
Seen any tentacles?
What's a tentacle?
Oh, just something I whipped up in my spare time. Made good pets, actually. Until one of them tried to take over the world. Had to tie the little buggers up in the basement.
Good thing you told us that.
Yeah, Bernard wanted us to set them free.
Thank God you weren't that stupid. Did you say Bernard?
Okay, you're free to go.
Thanks, Bernard.
Yes, thank you, naive human. Now I can finish taking over the world.
Wait!
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. He's incredibly evil, isn't he?
I'll try to talk him out of it.
Well, what possibly...
Leaping!
Dr. Fred?
What have...
I can't even.
And prevent the toxic mutagen from entering the river!
Isn't it a little late for that, Doctor?
Of course! That's why I'll have to do it! Yesterday! Through the time machine!
This is all your fault, Bernard.
Behold, children, the Chronogon!
Doc, can't you just send Bernard?
No, you must all go to increase the odds that one of you will make it there alive.
Have any people ever been hurt in this thing?
Of course not. This is the first time I've ever tried it on people.
Okay then.
Well, I'll be.
And then there's the porta potties vessels.
The Johns.
Yep.
Johns.
This, by the way, is an amazing full-screen animation before it was possible to do full screen.
And not actually animated. That's all. The background's all color cycling.
It's all color cycling.
A lost art.
Forgot about that.
Now that computers work like they should, you don't have to do that stuff.
You know, if you look at Mark Ferrari's website, not that Mark Ferrari worked on this game, he was the master of color cycling, and he has a whole website where he's done it in a more high-end way. Like with higher res color cycling, he just kept perfecting it to higher and higher resolution.
Yeah, that stuff was crazy. He was into it, and then I think Bill Eakin was the one that inherited the mantle from him when he left.
All the lava and Indy 4. See, color cycling. Awesome.
Yeah, so that was like 2-3 frame animations.
Yeah, a little surf music for Hoagie. We always had a place for surf music in our games. That, the Bone Wagon theme.
Yep.
That's right.
I think that surf music was yours.
That was mine. Yeah, I did that last little sequence there.
Yeah, you know the musically, this I believe was the last project that we all worked on. Certainly the last original title that we all worked on together, sort of equally as composers, where there was no lead composer, and we all pretty much
panicked and freaked out together.
Oh, I should have bought a real diamond.
Are they alive?
My dials say that the largest specimen landed 200 years in the past, and the other is stuck 200 years in the future.
Well, hurry up and bring them back.
I will, as soon as I get a new diamond. Then all your buddies have to do is plug in their respective chronogens and...
Plug them in? Where is Hoagie going to find an electrical outlet 200 years in the past?
Yes, well, he'll be needing my patented super battery then, won't he? Now, where did I put those patented super battery plans of mine?
Plans? How are we gonna get Hoagie plans?
Don't worry me with details, boy. Just help me find the plans. They're in this house somewhere.
Now what am I going...
Step, 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 step.
Just gonna stand there.
Okay, am I right? Or is this is finally the game started? The game, all of that was intro. The game has now finally begun.
Too cold.
As soon as you walk off screen, we freeze again for another cutscene.
So the original cutscene was like 7 minutes before.
And before we added that brief, tiny introduction to it. We always were wrestling with that, I felt, in adventure games. Like, you want to tell the story and set it up for, the intro, but then you think of another, before the intro, we should do this other little intro, and then you'd end up with all these, like, intros to the intros to the intros, and they get super long.
I feel like that's just because we were inexperienced writers.
Some people like that. Some people like that you set the whole stage and then they're interactive, and some people are just clicking and they want to get to it.
Yeah, but we never respect those people, to be honest. We just click and get through it. The reality is you guys had a story to tell, and that's the way to set it up and get people invested in it so that when they actually get into the narrative part, they feel invested.
Were these cutscenes?
You, Dr. Fred.
The plans! The plans!
Now, where did Dr. Fred go? Excuse me.
What is it? I'm rather... Say, aren't you Bernard Bernoulli?
Yes, that's right.
I knew it! You broke into our mansion a few years ago to save your little friend. What did you come for this time?
I'm trying to keep a tentacle from conquering the world.
Really? How nice.
How's Dr. Fred doing?
Well, he's still upset about the family financial situation, seeing that it's his fault and all. But he seems a lot better now that he stopped sleepwalking.
I'll let you get back to...
Come back any...
Hey, aren't you Weird Ed Edison, the paramilitary nut?
Why, yes, Hey, do I know you?
Yeah, I'm Bernard Bernoulli. I broke into your house 5 years ago, kidnapped your hamster, broke into your piggy bank.
No, doesn't ring a bell, but I can't remember much about that period anyway. My psychotherapist thinks something traumatic happened to me back then that I'm blocking out.
Open up, Ed. Come on, share the...
I don't have those bad thoughts anymore. Now I collect stamps.
Nice hamster. Does he do tricks?
No, he just sits there. I used to have a really smart hamster, but something happened to him.
What happened to the old hamster?
I don't remember. When I try, all I can think of is a flash of light and this horrible sound.
That hamster really should get some exercise.
Well, Dad puts him to work down in the basement sometimes. But then he starts sweating, and then he gets wet, and then he gets cold, and then he refuses to work.
Your dad or the hamster?
Are you making fun of me?
No, I
get upset when people make fun of me.
I just meant...
Oh, it makes me so mad. I just want to relax. I want to relax. I'll be okay if I just focus on my stamps.
Well, hope I didn't get you too excited. Bye.
Peace be with you.
Jeepers!
No time for that now. I'm saving the world from Purple Tentacle.
Hey, boy, you missed the party.
You and the clown were having a party?
No, last night. At the Novelty Good Salesmen's Convention. I tell you, we Novelty Good Salesmen know how to have a good time.
You haven't seen any plans for a super battery around, have you?
Battery? I wouldn't know about anything like that. I'm just a Novelty Goods distributor specializing in cigars. So, want a cigar?
Sure, lay one of those Havanan babies on me.
gonna blow your head off there, didn't you? Well, you were right.
Oh, I can't. Not anymore, no.